the week started good and then it ended not so good. And then the Barracuda week wasn't good either. I know I said last week at the end of the show that even if the Sharks lose, we win. Did we this week having to watch this? I don't know, man. Let's go. But of course, you want to be part of the show, hit us up on all the social media platforms. You can find us everywhere at tealtownusa.com. If you are watching this live, you can hit the like button. You can do all the YouTube things. We'll talk about the YouTube things again later, but you know what the YouTube things are by now. Let's do this. It is me. It is AJ. It is the Pucknologists. Second last one of the year, because I don't know if you know this, but the Sharks are all but mathematically eliminated from the playoffs at this point.
Hard week, man.
It really was. And it's funny because like I said, like, oh, if we win, we lose or whatever, but like I didn't feel like it this week because I had to watch those games.
Yep. Oh, I'm gonna have some things to say. Let me let you know.
Oh man. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We are using a different platform on the show today. So if there's anything like you find the volume's fucked up or anything, just let me know so I can make the adjustments as we go here. If there's some confusion or whatever, if I look confused and I don't press a button quickly enough, then just bear with me. It's new. It's fancy. Maybe we'll see. You can up here, over here somewhere, right here. You can support the show if you scan the barcode. You can hit us up on Venmo. You can also hit us up in the super chat, do all those things. But again, let's get this show on the road. And it starts with let's get to the record. The record this week was 1-2-1. It was not good. The Sharks' current record is 37-34-8, good for 82 points on the season, a 519 points percentage. We are slipping to that 500 mark for points percentage. They are fifth in the Pacific. They are 6 points out of wildcard 2 because they do not have a tiebreaker, so tying is not good enough. They would need 6 points. They have a game in hand on Nashville, and they are 8 points because, again, they don't have the tiebreaker from third in the division. So, while not mathematically eliminated, AJ, the season's over.
It's remember like what 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I think it was something along the lines of. It had the Sharks, it was like the Preds, the Kings, I don't know, somebody else. And I remember reading things that espoused that the Sharks have the best odds of making it out of these groups because of the strength of schedule and all of these things. Yeah. And I'm like, well, okay, that's fun. There's some hope there. But then you read a few days later that, oh, by the way, the Sharks, by way of statistics, have the worst defense in all of the NHL.
Yes.
And that is in a world that includes the Vancouver Canucks.
Very good. Yeah. This is a world that includes Vancouver Canucks. First time catching live. Welcome to the show. Always happy to have people here, whether they are live or catching us on replay. But if you're catching the show live for the first time, that's awesome. Hopefully this goes smoothly.
It's just you had 8 points this week. You barely got 3.
Yeah.
And you needed minimum to win half of them, and you couldn't even pull that off. Now, I get it. The Oilers and the Ducks are good teams, and hey, you've already beaten both this season.
Yeah.
But holy crap, the Oilers clearly had payback in their minds, as did the Ducks.
Yeah, Connor McDavid was like hearing all this Macklin Celebrini for Heart talk and took it very personally.
Dude, did he ever?
And Jim saying they would have taken a belt to the ass in the playoffs anyway. You're not wrong. However,
okay, I was going to get into this later, but before we get into the whole thing, we might as well do it now. So,
yeah,
yes, they would have gotten fucking curb stomped by the Avalanche. Absolutely. I think they would have, lost the series in 2.
yeah.
And so maybe it's a good thing that you don't get absolutely embarrassed and shoved in your locker in the first round of the playoffs. You can still look at this season and go, guys, remember a year ago when we had 30 points less than we have now?
Yeah.
So you can take something away from that. And, obviously that's a positive. Did you do better than the year before? Cool. So step forward. Absolutely. And there are some people that are begging for Warsofsky's head on a pike.
Yep.
And I think there is an argument to be made for that. The other argument you could make is, hey, maybe the Sharks don't do as well as they've done this year if it's a different coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they do better if it is a different coach, one that doesn't consider going with somebody other than Celebrini to start an overtime.
Yeah.
Or one that decides to, maybe Orlov needs to have a couple of days off. Or maybe puts more faith in Dickinson.
Do you know that you can call a timeout?
Yeah, but a coach that you can call a timeout, I think would be amazing. So it's, I think it can go back and forth on that. I think it's a fun debate to be had. And believe me, boys and girls, it will be had this summer, without a doubt.
Yes.
That's provided he is still here, because if memory serves, I believe he only has 1 year left on his deal. And I got to tell you, there's a dude right now in Denver who I would imagine will have many people trying to back up Brinks trucks to his house for him to leave Denver.
He's not leaving.
I know, but the people are going to ask.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I think people are going to. Yeah, teams have reached out to him. They've tried to get him to leave, but the problem is if you're a guy like David Carl who's got a nice cushy job in Denver, and he's basically college coaches have a way longer lifespan than NHL coaches, and you look at the landscape and you look at who's you have your super most tenured guys in Tampa and in Colorado, right? But everyone else is who's the next? I've been on the job for 1.5 years, and I'm the most tenured coach that isn't named, Jared Bednar. What's his fucking name?
Cooper.
Tampa that I can't. Yeah, John Cooper. Other than those guys, everyone else is I've had 1.5 years on the job. I've been on the job 3 months, and I'm one of the most tenured coaches in the NHL.
Well, and the other thing is and if it's all about money, I'm pretty sure that if you win 3 championships in a row, the college is going to find the money to pay you.
Yeah. I think it's 3 and 6 or something,
or whatever, either way. And you just won your 3rd championship. I think they're going to find the money to pay. So I don't know. You want to start with the one good game, or?
Yeah, I just want to hit this quickly, and then we're gonna go. Yeah. Jim's I know everyone's disappointed, but seeing the Sharks lose all 4 playoff rounds, giving up 6 or 7 goals a game to the Avs wouldn't have been fun. It wouldn't have been fun, and neither is this, by the way. Neither has this week been fun. Here's the thing, and this is the only reason why I was why I really wanted to see them push through, because I think when you look at the Sharks and you look at could they use another high draft pick? Of course they could. 100% they could. However,
and they have 2 first-round picks, right?
Correct. But at the same time, had they made it, that is valuable experience for all of those guys, especially your young guys. You're I don't think Celebrini needs that experience. He already had the experience of the Olympics and everything else. But for a guy like Will Smith, I think Will Smith would benefit so much. William Eklund, another one. But when I look at some of these guys, I look at Will Smith specifically as a guy who just needs to get his ass completely kicked into the playoffs and then kind of figure out what kind of player he wants to be from there.
Mm-hmm.
And and I don't, the concern I always have is you look at another team like Detroit, who they're right there, but they just can't get over the hump. And it was Ottawa for a while too, right? And I get worried about those guys just being 4 or 5 years into the league and being Detroit.
Well, it's funny you bring up Detroit, because I saw something earlier today that it showed, like, here's where Detroit was like on January 25th or something like that.
Atlantic. It's crazy the way they've fallen apart.
Yeah. I mean, just completely they're out of the playoffs, right?
Yeah, they're eliminated. They were eliminated last night.
January 25th, they were like 89.5% to be in the playoffs.
Correct.
Like, unbelievable. So,
right. And Lebowski's right. Like, Detroit doesn't have any, like, that's the one thing with Detroit in their defense is the lottery has, like, if there's a team that has been fucked more by the, like, name a team that has been fucked more by the draft lottery than the Detroit Red Wings. You cannot. They have been absolutely fucked. They do not have a Celebrini. I 100% agree with you. Like, it's not an apples to apples comparison, but I'm just saying, like, the Sharks are really close this year because of how bad the Western Conference / the Pacific Division is. If any of those teams markedly improve, I don't think they're this close again. And now, do I think any of these teams are going to super improve over the offseason? Probably not. But at some point, like, some of these teams are going to, some of these teams are going to be better that haven't been as good this year. And the Sharks won't be as close. So I just wanted them to get that experience, because I think for some of those guys, like, I think they need that. This is the NHL moment, especially, and you don't get that until you're in the playoffs.
Well, and another thing that really kind of piles on the week is the fact that at the beginning of this week, I want to say it was either the day after, maybe, of beating Chicago, the Sharks sent out an email and said, "Get your playoff tickets now." Mm-hmm. And then they lost 3 straight and fell out of the playoffs. Oh, I know. It's like you have to be prepared for all scenarios. There's 5 other teams that did the same thing, 100%. And four of them are also going to be all, here's your money back.
Yep.
So, but it's just, it's just one more little piece of hope that you're like, oh, well, and maybe there were people that had some plans in a couple of weeks that was like, oh shit, maybe I should not have those plans because, oh no, the Sharks are going to go to okay, never mind. We can make those plans. It's good.
Yeah. Okay. So Barth is with the $10 super chat, not able to watch live due to work, but wanted to ask a question for later. When I watch this later, how do you see San Jose getting a number 1 defenseman, upcoming draft trade for someone like Nemec, or is he already in the system?
He's already in the system. Oh, he is for me, and he's going to be there tomorrow in Nashville, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Man, we're never going to get this show started proper. Okay, so he's not in the system right now. Okay, look at, so obviously you're alluding to Eric Pohlkamp, and yeah. I feel so fucking bad for Eric Pohlkamp because I think that the expectations Sharks fans are going to have for this guy are so fucking unrealistic. Do I think Eric Pohlkamp's going to help this blue line? 100%. Is he going to single-handedly save this blue line? No. And if, like, I just really, really, really want to caution people to say, like, let's temper our expectations a little bit, right? Like, I think he's going to be good, and I'm super excited for Eric Pohlkamp to come. But man, let's temper some expectations because I think people are setting themselves up for super disappointment. I think he's going to be good, but he's not transforming the blue line by himself. Good.
All right. Well, and I think though next season there's also going to be some addition by subtraction, if you get me.
I hope so. Yeah, 100%.
The problem is, of course, the free agent market for defensemen this summer is just barren.
Yeah, it's garbage. It's trash. They're going to have to make a trade. I mean, that's the answer, is they're going to have to make a trade. And it's probably going to hurt. And it's probably going to cost you a player that you're probably really excited about.
Yeah, it's going to cost you an Eklund.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a Chernyshov or something.
Someone else, right? It might cost you a Quentin Musty. It might, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to cost somebody that you might be pretty fond of and salivating over making the jump. That's just I think that's really the only way the Sharks have out of this.
Mm-hmm.
I think Simon Nemec is a guy who they could target. I don't think that solves your. I don't know if he's going to be like. There's a lot of risk with Simon Nemec, but he's another roll of the dice, and I don't think he costs you a ton because his stock is going to be way down. To answer
But
that, I think they're gonna have to trade for somebody, man, and it's gonna be, and there's gonna be risk.
And it is helpful that they do have the extra first. Do they have an extra first next year as well, or just this year?
That's the one thing I don't have up right now. Let me go find out really quickly.
Bring Puckpedia up there, won't you?
Yeah. Why don't I have Puckpedia up? Where did they draft it? Oh, there we go. They just have one first next year right now.
Okay. So
they do have a second or a third. Oh my God.
Yeah, those have kind of been moved out as of late. All right, let's quickly get to the Chicago game.
Let's get this shit started proper, shall we?
Yeah.
The Sharks had a 3-2 victory over the Chicago Blackhawks at home. Alex Nedeljkovic gets the win, making 27 saves on 29 shots. William Eklund, Kiefer Sherwood, and Will Smith scoring for the Sharks. Eklund stays hot this game. Like he's been on a tear lately, which is nice.
Yeah, he took some shit personal a couple weeks ago.
He needed to.
Yeah.
So 5 points over his last 3 games. He had 3 points in his previous 10, which, nice to see him get going. Wenberg keeps his streak alive. He got an assist. Alex Wenberg. I don't know how many good things I can say about how he's been to the end here.
Well, and what did he got nominated for something too? Not the Masterton, but something else.
Yeah.
What's the one that you get like if you did well for your community and
yeah. Not the Masterton. I can't remember what that one is called. I'm drawing a blank. But he did get the King Clancy, right?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, sure. If somebody remembers it, put in the chat. But
I think it's the King Clancy. I could be wrong,
right.
but I'm pretty sure it's the King Clancy award.
Yeah.
Yep. King Clancy. Thank you.
Sharks last.
Will Smith, with his goal, got his 100th career NHL point. He also has a bunch of points over the last 8 games, 4 goals, 6 assists. And Colin Graff extended his point streak to 4 games. He had a goal and 3 assists, right? Like everything at this point, just like everything you want to see is kind of happening, right? William Eklund finally kind of gets going a little bit. Will Smith has been very Will Smith giveth, Will Smith taketh away a lot lately, this last little stretch. So it's nice to see him, like a lot of good things, right? You've extended Wenberg for a few more seasons, so obviously you want to see him continuing to pull his weight. Like everything's good. Nedeljkovic comes in, has a great night again. It's good. This is when the Sharks do good. It's good.
Absolutely. Why is there all this talk about Carlson? Is there somebody talking about bringing Carlson back to the Sharks?
No, you can't bring Carlson back next year because look at. I don't know if you've noticed the trend. There's good Carlson season, then bad Carlson season. Good Carlson season, then bad Carlson season. Next year is going to be bad Carlson season. We want none of that. Let Pittsburgh do that shit.
Well, and you talked earlier, like when you're talking about Detroit going off a cliff, remember there were a lot of people that get paid a lot of money to talk about hockey. And a lot of those people had Pittsburgh in the bottom 5 this year.
Yes.
They thought Pittsburgh was going to be a tire fire.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you, not everybody knows it. Well, and the funny thing is they also had the Sharks in like the bottom 3. So anyway. All right. The thing that is a sticking point over the course of these 4 games, though, is outshot.
Yes.
Every game. And it seemed to get worse as the week went on. The other issue, the special teams this week, which we'll get to, what a shit show. So, which to me, that's a perfect segue to the Oilers game. Because that was a game the Sharks decided penalty kill. What's that?
Penalty kill. What's that? Shots on goal. What are those? This game was awful. And again, it was kind of like, you get spared like you kind of look at this game and you're going, what would they have looked like against Colorado? Oh, they would have gotten murdered. However,
dude,
like I don't think it would have been like, again, I don't think making the playoffs would have been a ton of fun. I just think that experience could have been invaluable.
It could have, but I will say the amount of like the sports writers over 4 games would have just like, how many times do we say, how many times or how many ways can we say sharks snowed in by avalanche, or just all the different euphemisms for dying in snow. That's all it would have been.
Yeah, so the Oilers beat the Sharks badly, 5-2. Connor McDavid has 100-point night. It felt like,
dude, and that score 5-2 makes it sound like it was closer than it was.
It was not close. The shots on goal were 26-14, which actually doesn't sound terrible, but it was terrible. I promise you. The Sharks get goals from Macklin Celebrini and Kiefer Sherwood. Alex Nedeljkovic eats this loss, but he did not get any fucking help this game. This game made me really angry because like there was just no response. No. Like they just got dummied and there was no response. Like there was nothing.
How much of that is going to be hung around Warsaw's neck?
Yeah. No, it's a fair point. Like, I think that's what, like, going, unfortunately for Ned, like, he wasn't good this game, but I don't think, like, again, it's really hard to, I have a hard time pinning this game on him when I don't think the Sharks could have looked more disinterested from the second half of the first period on.
Absolutely. And I do like the comment in the chat. It's not too late to roll out Carey Price.
Yeah, and like so
and it made sense. Right? It made sense, to put in Ned in this game because you save Askey for the Ducks because they had beat the Ducks a week earlier with Askey. So you're like, okay, if it worked, you go with it. Now, that being said, they went like 5-1-1 in 7 games without Klingberg, and they decided, let's put Klingberg back in. And what the fuck happened?
Bad.
So, dude, and Edmonton scoring 2 goals on 4 shots. Oh,
yeah, it's brutal, right? Like, again, like I don't want to, like, I'm not gonna be like, well, Nedeljkovic completely let the team down because
Letty got fucking walked before one of those goals.
Right? Yeah.
Holy crap!
And this is the problem with this team is like there was no pushback, which is a big problem, but also like they just couldn't get out of their zone, and that's been a problem all year. And that's why it's been a problem all year, really. Though, like when you look at it, like this team doesn't transition the puck good.
Nope.
And this is why I've been probably I know I've been more charitable to the goalies than you have, like particular Askarov, because this team doesn't fucking get the puck out of their own zone.
Well, but Dickinson getting benched.
Yeah, of course.
Because if you're a vet and you get walked like Letty did, or like Klingberg did, or like Orlov did all week, no, you don't miss a fucking shift. But Dickinson, sit down and watch for a little while. What good is that going to do?
Brutal. Yeah, it's just it's upsetting.
Klettyberg, I like that. But I don't know how many games you're going to win when you give up 3 power play goals.
No, and that's the thing, right? Like they couldn't kill any penalties. They scored on one of their power plays, but again, like they just you've mentioned it many times about a cat playing with their food. Yeah, that was this game. Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. And I will say the quote from Celebrini after the game was, "We have to be better. We didn't shoot the puck enough." I mean, 14 shots on goal, buddy. Are you kidding? There was a time when you guys would average 14 shots a period. Mm-hmm. We didn't shoot the puck enough. We need to come out a little hotter. You need to come out alive. You need to just come out, period. Like I again, I'm not hanging this on Macklin Celebrini because I think he's obviously giving the quote, and like I'm not blaming Macklin Celebrini for this.
No, but when I see like we need to shoot pucks, we passed up a lot of really good chances. We've got to play hard on top of their guys. We can't let them kind of just dance around. I was thinking to myself, this isn't game 7 of the season. It's 77. What the fuck? You're fighting for a playoff spot and you get, just shoved into your locker like that? Oh, and was this Oilers game, if I remember correctly, was this a national game? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Because oh my God, what is that woman's name? Jen.
I don't know. I watched the Sportsnet feed because.
You bless you. Oh my God, whoever was on that TNT broadcast, dude, I thought she was going to orgasm every time McDavid touched the puck from the second half of it. It was just like, oh my God, the glazing. Like, we get it. The best player is playing the best. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, chat. Oh my God. Jen Botterill could not get off of his jock at all. It was just, oh my God. He was just doing so much. And it's like, yeah, he was having a really solid game. Fantastic. There are other things happening in the game. And it was just, oh my God, McDavid this, McDavid that. It was just like, how did you guys shit the bed? Because the week previous, I thought they covered the game great. They had some stuff about the Sharks, had some stuff about the Ducks, had a nice back and forth, and the Ducks didn't look necessarily good in that one.
I think the reason is for that is like, because like this is the problem with some of with the American broadcasting is that they generally they don't show Canadian teams unless they absolutely have to. So they don't see Connor McDavid. Like, Connor McDavid isn't on TNT until like the playoffs, right? You generally speaking. So I think it's partially that. I'm not saying it's that excuses it, but it is a situation where I think it's like, they don't like Connor McDavid's not on the TNT usually. It's usually American teams, which
I got you, but holy hell, was that just like, can we get any talk about any other player on the ice right now?
Yeah, I mean, best player.
Do 2 minutes on Darnell Nurse. I don't care.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I think it's just a situation where it's like it's crazy to me, and I understand. Like, look at it, it's an American broadcast, and maybe a Canadian team is going to draw eyeballs, but like Connor McDavid should draw eyeballs because he's Connor McDavid, and it's like you have to like compensate for the fact that he's like not on and be like, yeah, this is actually the best player in the world.
Yeah. So anyway, after that, it's the Ducks. And what's funny is like score-wise, this is technically a worse, losing by 5 versus losing by 3.
Yeah.
I still feel like the Oilers game was more embarrassing. I feel like, McDavid in the Oiler, everybody just fucking danced. And I don't know if the Sharks, it was because it was a second of a back-to-back or it was on the road or whatever, but I don't feel like the Sharks got much more interested in playing, but it still felt like a little more interested, but who knows?
I don't know. I mean, I have the same bitch in this game that I had last game. It was like halfway through, they're like, okay, we lost and that's it. And we're just going to coast through. And
it reminds me of
no pushback.
These games, those 2 games this week, really
on the ticker. Give me a second here.
For these 2 games, I'm going to say, make me harken back to last season, where if they got down early, it was fuck it, throw up the white flag, we're done. There was not going to be any of this Pittsburgh comeback that we saw in December.
Yeah.
It was just like, nope, we're done.
Well, I think it goes back to something I said. Remember when we were talking earlier, like when we were kind of getting into the stretch run and we were talking about like, oh, they have these schedule, but what happens when the games get harder?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I was talking about. Like these are the kind of games that I was talking about in that situation where it's like, yes, maybe Edmonton and the Ducks are not easy games by any stretch of the imagination, Vancouver should have been a easy game, but the season, like even the teams that are out, they get more, the hockey gets more intense the further closest to the end of the season you get, whether they're playoff teams or not playoff teams.
All right, well, let's talk about the Ducks game.
Let's talk about it. Do we have to
move on?
6-1 victory for the Anaheim Ducks over the San Jose Sharks. Shakir Mukhamadullin gets on the board for his 5th of the season. Tyler Toffoli gets the assist on that goal. Yaroslav Askarov makes 27 saves on 33 shots. Another game though where again the goalies are getting shelled, the puck's not leaving the offensive zone, and the San Jose Sharks muster less than 20 shots on goal.
Yeah, and Mukhamadullin coming back in, but also Delandria coming in, and I was like, why?
Because we extended him, so we got to use him.
But in favor of, like, I'd love to know why Chernyshov was scratched. I don't get that at all. Like, you're having problems scoring goals, and your answer to that is to scratch Chernyshov? Okay. And I don't know when Orlov's ever going to get held to account.
Never.
Did you I wish I knew who the hell it was. There was somebody on Twitter who posted like isolation, things of Orlov from like the last 3 or 4 games or whatever. It's like, here's this glaring fuck up and this glaring and all of them led to goals, and yet doesn't miss a single shift. And you're looking at it going, right now, like salary wise, deployment wise, that's the number 1 defenseman for the Sharks. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. And you
that's
have
the problem.
For another year?
Yeah, but that's the problem. He's not a number 1 defenseman, but he's being asked to be. This is the problem that the Sharks have had. Yeah, no, and this the problem the Sharks have had for multiple years now, where they've had guys just playing way over their skis because they have no one else to do it.
Yeah, and it's unfair to them. It's also unfair to the fans.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I'm not
for this. It's like, oh yeah.
Right. I know. Like I said, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that, but this is the problem, right? Is the fact that it goes back to the construction of this team and the blue line, and the fact that construction wise, this team probably shouldn't be as far ahead of schedule as it is. And if it wasn't for Macklin Celebrini, this team would be dead last in the league with a bullet.
And that, my friend, is why I really have a problem with the whole people actually trying to say how Celebrini shouldn't get the Hart.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's completely silly to me that he is now disqualified because he dragged the team close but not into the playoffs.
Yeah. Like, imagine for a second, just, humor me. Yeah. The Sharks somehow win the next 3 games, and they end up missing the wild card by like 1 win, 2 points, right? Which could happen. Not likely, but could. But either way, you look at how much this team improved from last year. You just have to, where is Celebrini right now in points? Is he still like within 4 points of tying Jumbo's all-time record at 19 years old?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you're going to say that, no, he didn't get him to the playoffs, so no, McKinnon or Kucherov has my vote. Fuck you. Give me a break. What is he has more than twice as many points as the next person under him? Fuck off.
Yeah, 5 points away from breaking Jumbo's record.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no one is going to be able to say that to me with a straight face, if he doesn't win it. It's just like, give me a break. I see we have a super chat.
I do have a super chat. I just want to get to this one first from our good friend, the Hockey Jerk.
Oh, Jerkman in the house.
Shake my head. The Sharks still have a chance to make the playoffs. I've been listening to this podcast since the and I've never heard so much pessimism. Stanley Cup 2026. I love you, Jerk. Oh man,
fuck yeah, Jerk. I miss you, buddy.
Love it. Rob coming in with the $5.99 super chat. I wouldn't mind trading a pick for a right-sided defensive anchor if it's the right player. Though here's the problem. I'm gonna let you know a little secret. The right player isn't available, so it's gonna be the best. You know what I mean? Like I agree. Like I agree. I'm completely fine with the Sharks trading picks, players, whatever, to shore up the blue line. But it's not gonna be Cale Makar. Like you know what I mean? Like you're probably gonna get someone who's gonna come in with a little bit of risk, because if they're a true number one defenseman, teams aren't just fucking throwing those away. That's just reality.
And back to my argument about the heart is, McDavid plays with what's the guy's name? Bouchard?
Evan Bouchard, Leon Draisaitl.
Exactly.
Look at that. Go down the list.
McKinnon plays with the best defenseman in the league. 100%. Who does Celebrini play with? Right? He plays with the worst defense in the NHL.
Yes.
So anybody is trying to, oh my God. And somebody did point out, says, but AJ, did they really get that better, or the whole Western Conference is really that pathetic? Two things can be true.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah. So anyway, for the Ducks game here, to try to finish this up, I mean, it was a bit of a shit show. You had Letty taking a bad pinch. Carlson, I mean, had a hat trick, but he danced Delandria, which just
oh man, that was so filthy. Like I know I should not be getting that excited about a Ducks goal on the show, but man, I love that shit. Like that was so fucking filthy. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. Game, respect game. Like,
well. And here's the thing, and again, like this, maybe it's you put this on the coach or something, but how do you go 13 minutes without getting a shot on goal in the first period? You would think that the coach is going to say something about that, like, boys, you're not going to win if you don't shoot the fucking puck. And then what do they do to start the second? They go 12 minutes, not 13. So I guess you can say that is an improvement. But 12 minutes before getting your first shot on goal. And then it took another 6 minutes before they got the second one.
Yeah, I went to when I went to bed at this game, I mean, I would have went to bed anyway, regardless. Like I was, just being snarky on Twitter, but like, I'm like, yeah, I could stay up and like wait for them, wait another 40 minutes for them to take another shot. But no, I'm going to pass. Right? I would have went to bed anyway, because it's late. But
dude,
that was like how
it must have been hopping, dude.
I'm like, I cannot do this. And again, it was just the same thing as the Oilers game. It's like, what the hell? Like, where's the pushback? Where's it's like this team, every time they've had to step up to a moment, it's the baby that comes in. It's the gift of the baby coming in and then seeing something and then turning around and running the other way. Yep. That's the Sharks, man. They just no moment for me. Like,
or it's the what is it, Grandpa Simpson or whatever coming into the restaurant, hanging his hat for a second, and see ya.
See you later.
Yeah, and I just the play where Goodrow just completely fucked up on a basing clearing attempt, and boom, and of course, was Goodrow benched for that? No, of course not.
No.
But this was up there for me, like might have been one of the worst, it's top 5 worst, maybe even top 3 worst games of the season.
It's hard because it was like there was 2 of them back to back.
Yeah,
so it feels just like recency bias at this point.
Recency bias. You know what this Oilers Ducks thing reminds me of? So remember last year when they gave up 10 goals in back-to-back games?
Yes.
It was kind of like that. That's kind of what it felt like. Like you saw the one game and you went, well, thank God it can't get any worse.
It can't get any worse than that. I think I did both of those after darks.
Oh, you poor bastard. Oh my God. And then Will Smith goes 7 minutes without a shift.
Yeah.
Season on the line. One of your best offensive players isn't on the ice, whether it's line adjustments or the PK. But I mean, and I went through and tallied it up after this game. Do you know that the Sharks this season, they've only won 16 games by 2 or more goals, but they have lost by 3 or more goals 21 times.
Yes.
That is, huh?
I said because they can't play defense.
Yeah. It just like, I couldn't believe it. And how many, I remember talking about it. The Pacific Division preview is look at all these damn games that the Sharks won or lost by just 1 goal. Like the pendulum is going to swing. That's why I was optimistic about this season, that all they need to do is just win half of those, and it's a massive turn. And I think this season they did do that. But there was just a couple of games this season where it's like, how? It just seemed like for every Pittsburgh game in December that they had this year, and there was a brief run where they were clawing back. Yep. And wasn't it just a week ago where they won 3 straight with 90 seconds left in each game? Mm-hmm. So they had it in them, and then it's just, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Games are harder. So, all right. Last night's game. I don't lose. See, now here's the thing. I was given this, I was, playing, I was having game night with some friends or whatever. So I was giving this the horse eye, but oh my God. When I saw the net over, I went, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
What a shit show.
So many brutal things. And you know what? It's crazy. You look at that and you look at the net being over and you look at that highlight. This was Askrov's best game in a while, statistically. Statistically, best game in a long time. But the embarrassment level, yeah, dude, the my right pad is going to fall. I've never seen that. 35 years of watching hockey, I've never seen somebody's pad just fall off. Nor have I don't I'm trying to think that maybe something Marty Turco might have done back in the day, but I don't know that I've ever seen a goaltender come out of the crease to go play and then either brain fart, what was I going to do again? Or fuck it, I'll just push the net over. It was a funny bounce.
But brother, stay in your fucking crease.
Yeah, 100%.
We've been saying this, I don't know how many times.
This game to me, there's a couple of things in this game. Obviously, it's the Vancouver Canucks, and you lost in a shootout, and that's not good. It was a 4-3 final score in the shootout. There was some good here though, again, right? Because here's the thing, right? This is what they should be doing now. Is I don't want to see any of these. I don't care about how many vets are playing in any of these games. I need to see the kids play. Now, they've called up Luca Cagnoni, so I'm assuming he's coming into the lineup. Chernishev gets back into the lineup because that's where he fucking should be. Yeah. Gets 2 goals in this one. Tyler Toffoli gets himself 1 more close. He's got 19 on the season. He's almost got himself another 20 goal season.
Well, and I bet you Warsofsky looks at that and goes, well, it was Chernishev had a good game because I sat him the game before.
Yeah, of course.
Give me a break.
So, did you see this goalie interference challenge?
No, but I heard it was a laugh riot. I'm gonna pull it up after we're done.
So there was a tiny bit of contact with Askarov's stick, but nowhere near enough to where I'm making this challenge. And it sucked because when the ref came out to tell us what the challenge was for, the mic didn't work. So we're I tweet, I'm okay, if this is for anything but offside, what the fuck are we doing, or something to that effect. And sure enough, no, it was for goaltender interference. It is one of the worst goalie interference penalties I've ever fucking seen. Like, it was so bad. And it does beg the question, who is doing video for the Sharks? Because I feel like they've really been burned a lot by these like goalie interference. I feel like not a lot of these have gone their way. Now, maybe again, this is just recency bias, but I feel like the Sharks specifically have been very bad at goalie interference challenges this year. So it makes me wonder who's like doing this
because
video.
It used to be that they were like one of the best in the league.
Correct. And now they just like, and like I said, maybe it's more just recency bias. I don't understand why this was a challenge. Now, thankfully, they did not give up a goal on the ensuing power play to the Vancouver Canucks, because that would have been dumb. Not that their penalty kill was good this game either. Again, 50%, but at least they killed the one after the dumb fucking call that the coach made.
And again, that is ultimately on Warsofsky. It's not like if somebody says, hey, your video guy or whatever says, hey, I think we should challenge us or whatever. Warsofsky, I mean, there are monitors underneath his feet. He can look down. He can overrule. So I don't know. Like, I feel like we've gotten to the point now where like when anything goes for offside, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is probably coming back. But like goalie interference is still a little bit of it's a little bit of an adventure. But I thought this one was just so bad. Well, I feel like it's just, on one hand, you could sit there and say, hey, the Sharks are doing so well because of Warsofsky, and other people can sit there and say, imagine how much better they'd be doing if somebody else was behind the wheel, somebody with more experience. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, I still look at this blue line and I go, I don't know who's fixing this blue line. Well, yeah, Mike Greer, we all know he has a lot of work between now and October. And clearly there's only Orlov, like how horrible is that? That Orlov is the only defenseman signed like beyond July 1st. Yeah. That to me is going to be very interesting to watch, because remember, kids, Mario didn't get an extension. Now, is Mario a guy who would give you a hometown discount? I think he is. I think he likes it here. I think it would finally he'd finally see playoffs. The guy's never played in an NHL playoff game, despite being the longest tenured Shark on the team. Right. Yeah. Right.
He had to. I mean, he would have been in the.
I don't think, was he here in 2019?
He was here in 2019 because
Did he play a game?
Let me think here. Let me think. No, you're right. No, because he came in the season after, because it was 1920 season where I met him in Ottawa. So
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the 1920 season. I remember because right. Yeah.
God help us. I don't know. It's just Greer has so much work to do on this blue line, and it's been it's goddamn, Alex.
Alex with the $2 super chat. Fire Mario into the sun. Very divisive, Mario Ferraro. Look, I think
I don't have a problem with Mario if he's deployed 5'6". He's a good PK guy. He blocks shots. If he's deployed correctly, I think he's a valuable piece of the team. But when he's being put out there on the top pair, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, I do think that with Mario, it's a lot of deployment. I think if you're looking at the blue line, like I think the whole thing needs just an absolute, backhoe run through it. But I mean, there's of all the guys that want to fire into the sun, I probably want to fire Mario Ferraro into the sun the least. I don't think it's a great vote of confidence. Yeah. Like, and that's not a.
You're the thinnest kid at fat camp.
Sorry, I mean that's true. Like I don't like again. I think that I understand. Look at Mario Ferraro. One thing, like let's say some positive things about Mario Ferraro. Mario Ferraro, durable as fuck. Never misses a game. blocks a ton of shots. Now you block a ton of shots because the puck doesn't leave your zone. I will remind people of that every time I can get an opportunity. If you're blocking a lot of shots, it's because, well, they're shooting.
Yeah, you're giving it. You don't have possession of the puck.
You don't have the puck. So like, I don't know, man. Like
this team is bad, but they're not blocking their own shots.
Right. With this, like, so for me, it's like, would he offend me as a 5'6"? No. But the problem is that's never been what he is here. He's always been deployed as a 3-4 or, you know, or worse, a 2-3-4.
Yeah.
So,
boy.
Right. But I do get why people are, and again, Mario Ferraro frustrates me too, because again, you block a lot of shots because the puck's in your zone and you haven't gotten it out. But I mean, I don't think that the Sharks can do a complete overhaul of the blue line in one off season, given the free agent market, given the capital that they'd probably have to use in trades. Like it's not realistic to ask them to overhaul the whole thing, but you have a guy on the Barracuda that just got called up that could probably play some minutes.
Well, I mean, you look at you have look, Mukamadulin and Dickinson, I don't think set the world on fire by any stretch of the imagination. I also don't think either of them were given much rope. Like if they made a little bit of mistake, it was boom, go sit down.
Yeah, I'm Sharks fan. More people are higher on Mukamadulin than I am at this point. Sam Dickinson, I'm going to give plenty of rope to, because I believe
24 versus 19.
Right, and I believe that if Sam Dickinson could play in the AHL this year, that's where they would have stuck him, but they couldn't. So he had to be on the Sharks because it didn't make sense for him to go back to what was going to be a mediocre London team. It just didn't make sense, right? So you have him on the Sharks, you get him some minutes. But I really believe that if they could, he would have been on the Barracuda.
Well, I mean, is next year Mook, Dickinson, Pohlkamp, Ferraro, Orlov, and Cagnoni? Yeah.
Does not make me excited.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. I have no idea, but like Letty Klingberg, you're gone. You know, I hope you enjoyed last night, because I don't think you're playing in San Jose wearing teal again.
No,
if you are, that's right? A fireable offense.
Well, I just think at this point you're done. So you should just be like, if you can get Eric Pohlkamp to come in, you get him in games. You get Luca Cagnoni should finish the season playing games for this team.
Now I don't know all the rules. Can you have Pohlkamp play the last 3 games for the Sharks and then get him? Oh no, you can't put him on the Barracuda for playoffs, because that would have had to have happened like 2 months ago. Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, and then with Pohlkamp, I mean, so there's a couple things before we get stocked down. Luca Cagnoni did get called up today, so I'm expecting that he's going to play games until the rest of the season. And again, there's no reason at this point. They are all but mathematically eliminated. They're not coming back from this thing. LA or Tampa, I think it's if either LA or Nashville gets 1 more point, they're mathematically eliminated. So
which could happen tomorrow.
So at this point, you just play Luke Cagnoni the rest of the way and you tell Letty to sit the fuck back down. So Pohlkamp is interesting because they said that after the game where they won the national championship, David Carl said that like he has a foot and hand thing going on. So I don't know how serious that is.
But
so
just don't play him at all then.
Yeah.
You know, but it makes you wonder though, like, did they go to Cagnoni and just say, you know, hey, you haven't won with the Barracuda recently. Would you like to not win with the Sharks for a week?
Fuck, we'll get to the Barracuda, man, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, he could, but if he signs his, so Matador is saying ATO would play with the Calder Cup is a path. I don't think they do that though. I think he's going to sign his ELC and burn a year of it. I think that's what's going to happen.
He's also an older feller, isn't he?
He's 22. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think the Sharks are going to sign him and burn a year of the ELC because it's fine. Which means he's only going to have 1 year ELC, but I don't think he's going to go off so badly that it's going to be this cost. Because again, I want to stress this. Let's temper our expectations with Eric Pohlkamp and not put saving the entire state of the Sharks blue lines at this kid's feet.
Mm-hmm. That said, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. All right, so let's get to stock up, stock down.
Well, I mean, for me, it's pretty.
No one.
What?
Stock up, no one.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck this team.
It's pretty easy for me for stock up. Eklund leading into going into the Vancouver game over his previous 5, 2 goals, 6 points, plus 5, 29% shooting. But the big one was the plus 5, because again, we don't put too much stock into the plus minus thing unless the number is higher
William
than normal.
Eklund, that's good, because William Eklund is like minus 100 million.
Exactly. So that's why I was putting that in there, clearly on the right path. Wenberg, 5 games, 1 goal, 4 points. He's been that. I know that they ran the awards this week for like the media good guy player of the year, which I'm dying to see if anybody had the balls to put Celebrini second or third on their list for player of the year. Mario, media good guy, I think it's like the 3rd straight year he's won it.
Right.
The one that really gets me, though, that rookie of the year, and you only get to vote on 2 for that one, by the way, that Askarov got rookie of the year. And I'm sorry, I didn't even have him in my top 2.
Wait, what? I mean,
Askarov got over Misa, over Chernyshov, because those were the 2 that I had. Were Misa and Chernyshov.
I mean, to me, it's probably Michael Misa. Maybe it's Chernyshov. I mean, Chernyshov again, he's had a handful of games.
I just don't understand how Askarov wins.
Well, because he played starting minutes behind this blue line, and he deserves a ton of
fucking do. All right. Anyway, but Wenberg, if there was, obviously Celebrini, I would get a lot of votes, but I think Wenberg, if there's a most consistent player.
Yeah,
because you can say, well, Celebrini has been damn consistent, but there were those 8 games that he didn't have a point in.
He has 100,000 points, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's so funny. But anyway, and then I'm going to give some flowers to Ostapchuk. 5 games, a goal, an assist, 50% shooting percentage.
And in the comments last week, someone's like, no stock up for Ostapchuk. And I was like, you know what? That's actually a pretty good shout. But and I don't know, man. Big numbers are pretty, right?
Yeah.
But Ostapchuk is a guy that has grown up. I can't stress how anti Ostapchuk I was to start the season. There was some guys on this team and in this system that were absolutely dead to me. And 2 of the biggest ones were Zach Ostapchuk, and who probably wasn't fair to be dead to me because he just got here, and Philip Beestead. And I could not have come more around on both players.
Well, and for me, Chucky has it's one of those things where he's been on the 4th line. He's, being deployed where he's supposed to be. And rarely do I ever think of him being part of the problem.
No, I think
it wasn't Ostapchuk that brain farted and couldn't clear a puck earlier this week, like it was with Goodrow.
Yeah, wins draws.
Yeah, so it's I'm and dude, you're talking on a team that Kurashev or Gaudette is regularly getting scratched. When was the last time Ostapchuk got scratched? He's not part of the problem.
He's fine. Yeah, he's been again, do I think Zach Ostapchuk is the next second line center team? No, but he's a perfectly serviceable 4th line guy.
Yeah, and you need those guys.
Yeah.
So any other stock ups for you before we get to the fun part?
No, I mean, again, I mean Chernyshov, right? Because he comes in when given the opportunity, puts more pucks in the net. I
will see a better way to put that is that he gets scratched for game and then shoves it in Warsaw's face the next one by scoring 2.
But again, it is the one thing I do have a little bit of concern with Chernyshov is I love Igor Chernyshov. He is one of my favorite guys in the system on this team, but he's kind of like, he's another one of those guys where I'm like, yeah, but like I need to see some points that aren't assisted by Macklin Celebrini.
Yeah, well, again, next season is the second line, Misa, Chernyshov, and Eklund.
Yeah,
let's see that. And hey, I'm not going to name names, but people in the chat, be cool. Like,
be nice.
Yeah, be nice. People, everybody's opinion is just as important as yours. So yes, puck guy, nailing it. Zach plays the game the right way.
The right way.
Yeah.
All right. But he's grown on, like, he has grown on me so much over the course of the season when I had just daggers out for this guy when he got here.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Stock down. This might take a while.
Everything.
Orlov. Again, have you seen the video? Good Lord. Klingberg, I mentioned it earlier, scratched for 6 straight games, comes back in versus Edmonton, has 1 block, no shots, 2 giveaways, and the Sharks lose. Again, the previous 7 games they had played without him, 5-1-1. Okay. Klingberg comes back. They haven't won since. I'm not saying that there's anything directly related to that. I'm just pointing it out.
Nah, it's all Klingberg. Fuck him.
Special teams. Oh, yes. My God. This week, 4 games, 1 for 7 on the power play. That's not horrible.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not horrible, but 1 power play goal in 4 games. If anything, the thing that I would maybe call out is you had 7 power plays, but you put the other team on the man advantage 13 times, almost twice. So you're taking twice as many penalties as you're getting. That needs to change. But the really, the big elephant in the room, 5 for 13 on the penalty kill. You gave up 8 power play goals this week. You gave up more power play goals in a week than you got chances on the power play. Oh my God. And finally, and I'm just going to, I'm going to keep nailing them to the wall until something happens consistently. 1 game is not going to flip me. Askarov. The 3 games going into last night versus Vancouver, where we did say he did have
he had a good game. It wasn't he was good in the shootout. He had it, like, other than the oops, he had a pretty good game.
Yeah, so I'll give him that. Now let's see that over the remaining 3, and will he play in all 3? Because probably. Why not? If he's your number 1, if he's the goalie of the future, and you're all but eliminated, and you don't think that Askarov wants to face his former team, right, tomorrow? Mm-hmm. So, but bro, the 3 games leading up to that, an .851 save percentage, 4.72 goals against, just. And then, in Warsaw, again, stock down. I don't know why you put Klingberg in. I don't know why Delandria got thrown in there in place of Chernyshov. But we kind of touched on the Warsaw stuff at the beginning of it.
Yeah, but I mean, it needs to be said because, again, like, so the some of the lineup decisions are whatever, and then, like, again, that challenge that. You need to go watch the goal that they challenged for goal interference, and it is the most ridiculous thing you'll see this year.
Yeah, and so that's I can understand some people defending Warsofsky, saying well, pointing at the record, pointing at the improvement.
Sure, and look at it. You can't, like. If we're going to take shots, I mean, we have to give credit where credit is due. Like, to say that that's completely happened in a vacuum without anything that Warsofsky did isn't fair.
Correct.
It's not fair to be like, well, this is in spite of Warsofsky's coaching. I don't think that's fair.
Well, I mean, somebody pointing out Warsaw's here until Macklin says no. And, I think if Macklin did say, like, dude, I can't play for this guy, he's horrible. Like, Macklin must like the guy, There must be something there that we don't see. But then again, we're also talking about a coach that just doesn't want to answer questions sometimes. Or, it's what was it like a week or so ago when asked about, it could have been this week, where it's like, so Delandry is coming in and Chernyshov's out. What necessitated that move? What are your thoughts behind that? It's a decision we made.
Yeah.
Like, wow, be more ambiguous. Like, good Lord. But any other stock downs before we move on?
No, I mean, Warsaw again. I mean, this just the overall just lack of pushback, right? The lack of being able to rise to the moment. I know I've kind of been on this for the last few weeks here, but I think that's the answer, isn't it?
Oh, I have no idea at this point. And the reason why we named this week's show Shock, Anger, Denial, and Acceptance, that's a takeoff of like the 5 stages of grief.
Yeah, we didn't do any bargaining, but
yeah,
we
there
left
was
the
no
bargaining
negotiating. No negotiating. But it was, for me, it was like shock in that, like, the fact, like, we can all take a win, I think, from the fact that we're 1 week away from the playoffs starting, and we are still talking about the Sharks not being mathematically eliminated.
Correct.
So that is shock.
Mm-hmm.
Then the anger of how they played this week and not getting in. And you just sit there and you deny, like, how could they have played this poorly this far into the season?
Right.
And then you just have that acceptance of, look, this is what the team is. And we need to see if it's going to get, hopefully they take yet another step forward. But we've also seen over the last couple of weeks, teams deciding to just replace coaches on the flip of a switch. And didn't somebody replace their GM too?
Yeah, well, the GM, there's a GM search in New Jersey. There's a GM search in Nashville because Barry Trotz is stepping down. I don't think the Islanders have won since Peter DeBoer came in. That hasn't worked for them. But the Golden Knights have been the Golden Knights. So
yeah,
that's
for some, true.
For others.
Oh, and here's okay. Are we ready to move on? Do you have anything else for stock down?
No, I fucking whatever, dude.
Okay, so we've kind of had the Warsaw debate. We already mentioned that Cagnoni's been called up.
Yeah.
The Athletic this week did the best, or basically ranked the defensive pairings for every NHL team. In no surprise, the Athletic named Orlov and Klingberg the worst in the NHL 5-on-5. And I guess the good news is that right now, Orlov has a full no trade clause, but come July 1st, that goes to a 15-team no trade clause.
Correct.
So, Mike Greer, if you would like to get the fan base on your good side, or if you want to get on the fan base's good side, I mean, you better find one of those 15 teams and figure out a way to get this guy out of here.
You know what, though? I'm glad you said that, because we talked a lot about Ryan Warsofsky, but I do wonder what the temperature is for Mike Greer.
You mean from Hasso's point of view,
from a fan point of view? Because we don't really hear when you're talking about the discourse and everything. There's lots of Ryan Warsofsky discourse. Really quiet on the Mike Greer front. I do wonder how long that stays.
Well, see, and again, though, I think Greer can say, well, you may, question this or question that, some of the moves, but I think right now, again, and I think Warsaw can do the same, is he can point at the record from last year and the record of this year and go, what did I do wrong? But either way, Orlov, maybe he is ripe for a buyout. Who knows? but no one on this team is top pair material, which you mentioned earlier. So again, Greer, GMMG, you have your you have a lot in front of you.
For him. And I don't think like there's no quick solution. There's no like, oh well, there's there's no guy that I think is available now where you're like, well, why isn't Greer in on this? Like that guy doesn't exist for defense.
Well, and Ricky mentioning in the chat, Greer's doing great. This is not a buying year.
No, and I'm not again. I'm not saying that. I just
that's
wonder
what you
how
said, Ian.
long.
That's what you said.
No, I don't know. I'm just wondering how long though. Like, because again, I think Greer's done a good job. Like I've been generally pretty happy with the Mike Greer tenure, but I do wonder. I do wonder for how long that honeymoon phase with the fan base is going to last, especially if they take a step back next year.
Well, I just wonder what solid defensive piece plays in the New England area, because that's all Greer knows how to sign for, Scott Wheeler from The Athletic ranked the Sharks prospect pool number 2 behind the Blackhawks. Don't necessarily disagree with that, but
no, I think it's fine given like his criteria. I mean, especially given the fact that I don't think Sam Dickinson should have been on this list. Like Sam Dickinson was a weird inclusion.
Yeah.
For this list.
The thing that I am enjoying is the fact that Raven is having quite a good season and seems to be a lot of hype behind him. So if the whole Askarov thing goes south, maybe, Raven steps up and
I want to see goalies behind actual defense.
True.
Before I start throwing goalies overboard.
Exactly.
So you have this, and I did not look. So
thank you. I appreciate that. So from The Athletic, they did a series where they they went through every franchise and they said every team's MVP and every team's most disappointing player. Okay. So I think if we ask the chat right now, who was the Sharks MVP this season? I think 100% of the people would put Celebrini. This is what I'm going to ask you, though. All the people watching right now, who do you believe is the most disappointing player for the Sharks? And if you've read this article from The Athletic, please don't respond, because I want it to be, I want this to be real and organic. And while we wait on that, I'm going to jump to a couple of quick things and then we'll come back to this. Just wanted to say, Minnesota Duluth sophomore forward Max Plant was named the winner of the Hobey Baker, beating out Denver defenseman Sharks prospect Eric Pohlkamp. However, Denver did win their 3rd national championship, so to Max Plant. But again, the Sharks probably won't see Pohlkamp because it was revealed that he's dealing with hand and foot stuff, so why even bring him up at this point? But Ian has here in the notes, you need to get him to sign the paper.
Pen to paper with this guy, man. Like he's 22 years old. He's not going to gain anything else from another college season. Like you need to get this guy playing pro games at this point, because he's already. Because again, and this is why I get really nervous with how people talk about Eric Pohlkamp. Is this guy? There's not a lot of room for improvement to grow here. At this point, right? Like he's not coming in at 19 years old and has a lot of time to figure things out. Like he's going to be very close. The player that comes in, if he signs this year and comes in next year, if he's going to be like, there's not going to be much more to add to that. So whatever he is when he comes in is probably basically what he's going to be, which is why I'm trying to caution people to not put the fucking hopes and dreams of this entire blue line on this poor fucking guy's shoulder. It's like, don't think it's fair. I think you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah. Ricky, pick one. You don't get multiple guesses. And then Ruben coming in. Oh, it's definitely Carey Price.
Carey Price. Chat. Thanks. Thank you again for supporting the show, Ruben.
So I'm going to get back to the question.
Okay.
Who is the most disappointing player for the Sharks? Now I'm going to ask you, who do you think it was? Or who is it in your eyes? Not who do you think is in the article, but who is it in for you?
It's William Eklund.
Did you go and look at the fucking article?
No. Look, let me tell you why.
Okay.
This is a guy who,
because that, for all the people that put in an answer, that was the answer in the Athletic was William Eklund.
I said this last week, that he was one of the most disappointing, like of the kids. He's probably the most disappointing. Look at this is a guy who I think is capable of being an 80-point player and should be good for 20-25 goals. Last I checked, William Eklund has, let me scroll up again because it's nowhere near fucking 25. I'll tell you that much. William Eklund has 14 goals this season. He has got a ton of assists. Yeah, he plays it. Like, I'm not going to get on him because he's minus $1 million. His line plays tough minutes. And this team has no defense. But production wise, he needs to take a step here, or there's guys in the rear view that are coming up very quickly. The Quentin Musties, the Igor Chernyshovs, that is, to me, is why he's the most disappointing guy, because there's a step to be taken. William Eklund hasn't taken it.
Well, and the article says, and kind of to your point, Eklund did not build on a promising 24-25 season. No. San Jose bet on him being a core player. Lately, he's shown more of that, but so you know what? Whether you like Eric Stevens or not in his writing, who knows? But maybe that is, we talked about trading for defense earlier. Maybe that's one of the reasons that Eklund is the piece that gets you a defender.
But I don't like I don't know, man. Like, I look at that. There's a couple of contracts that do concern me. Not that William Eklund broke the bank in his contract, but man, I don't know. Like, if he doesn't take a step next year when he's making big boy money,
what's he making, like six something?
Him and Sherwood, man. Like, if they don't produce like up to like at least a 20 goal pace next year, those are both going to be really bad fucking contracts.
Yeah, well, and that who's your top line right now? Smith, Celebrini, and who? Graf?
Smith, Celebrini, Chernyshov.
Smith, Celebrini. Okay, all right. So your next line is what? Misa, Graf, and Eklund?
Probably.
So you got like what? Wenberg, Toffoli, and Sherwood is your third?
I mean, probably that's probably going to flip, because again, it's going to be I like Michael Misa, and I think Michael Misa is going to be a hell of a player in this league, and I think he's going to just continue to improve from here. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I am not convinced at this point that he supplants Wenberg as your 2C next year.
Oh, that's totally fair. I'm also interested to see how much more time does Toffoli have here?
Forever.
Because I feel like he kind of,
he's had a rough year.
Yeah, and it's like it's gotten worse as the season has gone on.
Tyler Toffoli is here for 2 more years after this year.
Well, welcome to the fourth line, dude. You better start learning Ostapchuk if you get my meaning. All right. So anyway, for me, like most disappointing player, for me, it's Askarov, without a doubt, because I remember, first off, it had a lot of, hype behind the guy, which, I get. And I vividly remember in the first month, Puck Guy and I were at a game, and he did not look very good. And I remember leaning over to Eric and just going, I understand that this guy's got a lot of heat and hype behind him. I'm like, I'm not seeing it. I don't get it. And then he had that amazing November, and I'm like, this is the guy who was full of all the hype and smoke and okay, got it now, get it. And then to see him put that together with largely the same defense that he's had for the rest of the season and somehow not be able to find that again.
Never sustainable. It was never going to be sustainable.
I wasn't looking for, sustainable, but it hasn't been hills and valleys. It's been one spike and then spike, it hasn't been great.
Yeah. No, I again, and it's Tiger's kind of going like, I'm not saying trade William Eklund. I'm just saying this is why he disappointed me.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's move on. Do you have the Sports Center thing?
Oh, I do. Yeah, give me a second.
Like what? Like your fucking Sports Center. You are not like Barstool. How does Sports Center get away with this? In what world is Macklin Celebrini on the Kraken? I just got such a kick out of that when I saw it. And they didn't even correct it, which is the thing that made me laugh more.
Someone was on the Kraken.
Yeah, exactly. It was smoking the Kraken. We mentioned the thing about Wenberg earlier, but Brossois was selected by the San Jose Writers chapter as the nominee for the Masterson. So stick tap to you, good sir. And what do you think about this Twitter account that is tracking the social media follows among NHL players, like when they follow somebody or unfollow somebody? Because a lot of players think it's pretty invasive, but you also have I'm just going to put this out there. I don't know if hockey players are aware of this. You aren't required by law, either in Canada or in the US, to have a social media account. So you can always just like end that if you'd like.
I think it's just do I think it's weird? Yes. I think a lot of things are weird as time progresses. I don't know, man. It is weird to me. Like, it's not something I did not know this existed. I'm not surprised that it exists, but I don't know.
I remember seeing,
if you do things in public, expect there to be public whatever, right?
Yeah. But I don't know if it was it after the summer? Because during the summer, didn't like Celebrini work with Crosby and McDavid? And I don't know. Yeah. So for Team Canada, so I don't know if it was during the summer or if it happened while they were at the Olympics, but I remember seeing something that like McDavid followed Celebrini on Instagram or whatever.
Great.
And I was, and I
don't know why this is interesting.
Exactly. I remember going, who fucking cares?
I don't know why this is interesting.
Yeah, I don't get it, but but that's not the tasty part. The tasty part is when somebody unfollows. Because then it's like, ooh, what happened, right?
Mama.
Yeah, like
Brady Tkachuk just unfollowed the Senators.
Well, dude, the day that it happened, they had it out that Jeff Skinner unfollowed the Sharks, and the Sharks unfollowed Jeff Skinner. And to your point, the world at large went, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
So there was a part of me just going, okay, who wrote this article? Because clearly it was a slow news day. If this is what we're worried about,
I don't know.
Like, come on.
I don't know.
I just
it's so weird. Like, to me,
I'm about
so
this
weird.
close to, I think I'm about to end my athletic subscription, if I'm being honest, because we have an LA reporter that is covering the Sharks on occasion. And then you get articles like this.
The only reason I keep it is for the prospect stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I would have dumped it forever ago if it wasn't for the prospect stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I'm just gonna let you guys carry that torch, and I'm just gonna bow out because I'm like, no, this used to be worth it. And the other thing, I think it's also become like a point of principle is, why are there advertisements on there? Like the whole reason is
why?
because
Yeah,
I'm
why am I
paying.
paying? Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
if you're gonna have ads, then make it free.
Yeah.
But all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's all figured. I mean, I'm sure that the way the teams are sorted is obviously what's drawing traffic, and so Tiger joking about Chicago's 3 beat writers and Toronto's 5, but those teams draw traffic, and I'm sure the San Jose Sharks don't, and which is why they don't have a dedicated beat writer anymore.
Well, to your point, if you go and look, we talked about it earlier, how the Athletic ranked the prospect pools, and Chicago was 1 and San Jose was 2 and so on. The funny thing is, Chicago, if you look at it, that article that lined out the Blackhawks prospects had 287 comments.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharks article had 70.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay, think about it. Imagine the panic it would cause if Sharks fans if Macklin Celebrini unfollowed the Sharks social.
Oh,
I mean,
dude, he's got it. You know what? Somebody needs to get that to Macklin and say, okay, dude, you need to calendar this for April 1st next year,
so that I can just like the content that I could produce off of that. So maybe, you know what? Actually, I've turned around on this whole thing. This is not weird, actually, and I could make content for days off of it.
Right? But I think you know what? I'm going to pass this on to like the right people and say, get him to put this on his calendar for April 1st next year, because dude, Weeks, Pierre LeBrun, but all those guys would be losing their shit. Dude, Pagnotta would do like a half an hour podcast about it. Yeah. And is there something wrong in San Jose? Macklin Celebrini has unfollowed,
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Imagine back in the day if Brendan Shanahan had followed Craig Jenny's wife on Instagram. Fuck, that's an oldie but a goodie. Oh my god.
Dude, what if they had social media back in the era of oh god. Didn't Sean Avery start dating somebody like Sean Avery, Dion Phaneuf, and Elisha Cuthbert? Wasn't there a thing there? Cuthbert was with Sean Avery and then ended up marrying Dion Phaneuf or something. It's like, oh my god!
I do remember. Yeah, there's something about that. Oh my god! Going back, man, social media is crazy.
Wait a minute, AJ. Any thoughts on Will Smith's book club? Do you also read? Can you read? Well, I read your comment, fuckface.
Yeah, weird, man. There's a couple things that I do like on this. I also like Jesse Granger's goalie stuff. I think his stuff his goalie stuff's fascinating. So there's a few reasons I like to keep the Athletic, but it has gone downhill.
Yeah,
as has pretty much just all fucking.
Hey, speaking of going downhill, let's talk about that other San Jose team.
Goddamn.
Ooh, Barracuda.
Buddy, what the hell happened to this team?
I don't know. I would like to put the pieces together on this because I do not understand. The San Jose Barracuda are 39, 26, 2-2. They have 82 points. They have a 5.94 points percentage on the season. They currently sit 5th in the Pacific Division. They lost all their games this week. They are 2-8 in their last 10. I don't know what happened to this team. It is not good.
Now that would have been funny if the Barracuda replaced their coach with, a few games left before playoffs. But anyway.
Yeah. They lost to the Gulls. I didn't see this game. It was on earlier in the day, and then I forgot to go back and watch it. But then I subjected myself to this weekend. You know what I'm going to say right now? I am so fucking happy to get back to 6-game weeks. This game every night shit is for the fucking birds, man. It is for the fucking birds.
You're right.
It's too much. It is too much, especially when the weeks went the way they did. Oh my God. Okay. They lose to the Gulls 5-2. I don't have a ton to say here. I never got a chance to go back and watch it.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, this goals game was on Tuesday.
It was Tuesday and it was on early. Like it was on when I got home from work.
Okay, but the Barracuda only played the goals on Wednesday. So maybe that's why they lost.
I don't know why. Like, is TextU busy on Wednesday suddenly? I don't understand. Was this even at home? I don't remember. It was at home. Then the Barracuda went to Henderson for a pair of games against the Henderson Silver Knights. And my God, I'm trying to form the words. They lost by a score of 9-6. I'm sorry, you score 6 goals, you should win a fucking hockey game. However, that being said,
not if you allow 9, though.
Not if you allow 9, and not if you, even though scoring 6, you never have a lead at any point in this hockey game. The closest they got was the middle of the second when it was 4-4, and then it quickly got away from them again. Like, it was just not good. Laurent Brossoit didn't have a great night. Gabe Carrier comes in. He's fine in relief, but by then the damage was done. It was over. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they get they never led. They tied it up in the middle of the second period, and then it just got away. They never got back on the rails. And this wouldn't be concerning if this was a one-off game. But again, this is a team that has gone 2-8 in their last 10. This is supposed to be a playoff team. And yeah, Igor Chernyshov's not there, right? But they're getting goals. Like, they're still getting offense. Casper Haltnen, Luca Cagnoni, Philip Beestead, Colin White had a couple of goals. Lucas Van Roboys, they all scored for the Barracuda in this game. So it wasn't like, oh, they got goalie. They didn't get goalie. The other goalie wasn't good either.
Well, and you had Wallstrom with 3 assists in the game.
Yeah. Quentin Musty 2 assists. Like, the offense was there. I don't understand. Look at
the goaltending, not so much.
The goaltending wasn't good. 2 of these were empty net goals, to be fair. But still, again, you score 6 goals, you should win a hockey game. You should not lose by 1 or 3 in this case because of the empty net goals. I don't know what's happened to this team.
And so how did the Barracuda respond?
They scored 1 goal. They lost their last game of the weekend in a 4-1 decision to the Silver Knights again. Shots a little more even in this game. The special teams were atrocious this week. Also, Casper Haltnen getting his 15th of the season. He's having a little late season push, which is nice to see him kind of get his game on the tracks. But again, like, this is Casper Haltnen opens the scoring, so they had a lead in this one. And then it all went downhill. Kevin saying apparently Jack Thompson was important. I look at Jack Thompson losing hurt. I think Nolan Allen has been good. I think he's been fine. I think he made Jack Thompson expendable. But the problem this week, a lot of it was special teams. Special teams failed them. They had gone into the one thing, even during the losing streak, they had been killing pretty much everything. Every penalty they've taken wasn't the case. But yeah, it's frustrating because, again, it's like, oh, the Barracuda, they're in the playoffs, and you'd want to be like, okay, well, the Sharks are now out, and we can turn our focus to the Barracuda. Oh no, we're Sharks fans. We're not allowed to have nice things, apparently. It sucks, right? Because, like, that's what you should be doing. You should be like, oh man, let's go. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna go to the Barracuda, and they're in the playoffs, and they've been doing. They've completely fallen off a cliff, and I don't particularly understand it. Yeah, the goaltending hasn't been good. That hasn't helped. I think that Laurent Brossoit had some rough outings after really being really, really good when he showed up. But I don't know, man. It's again, I think if once the attention's going to be on the Barracuda in the playoffs, like, if they back out the way they've backed in, I don't think Ryan Warsofsky is going to be the only coach we're going to be talking about at season's end. Yeah,
I'm saying it. And for the smart asses in the chat, I do know how to ride it, and no, I didn't stick. So kiss my ass.
Too funny.
I mean, with that being said, I mean, is it difficult to come up with a stock up? I mean, obviously a couple names kind of jump off the score sheet, but is there,
It's just,
is that even worth it?
bad, man. Like I didn't like it's so bad. I left it blank this week
You're
because
like Barracuda stock down,
I'm just
the whole
fucking
thing.
done, man. I just mercifully the seasons for both teams end at the end of this week.
And I will be at the final Barracuda game next week. So
yeah, like look at again, like could you give us stock up? Yeah, like I think Quentin Musty has been really good to end the season. I think, you know, Casper Haltman has been good to finish the season after he's kind of had a pretty uneven season.
well, you said White has been like the MVP.
He is my MVP of the season. It's between him and Philip Beested.
Yeah.
Like those guys to me, like those have been my MVPs. It's just it sucks because again, like this team just again they made the playoffs. They backed into a playoff spot, and now they're just like they haven't. The frustrating thing about this team is this is the first time they've really struggled all year. They've had rough games, like pairs of games here and there, but nothing on a 2-8 scale. That's the frustrating thing. They are missing Lucas Carlson, and that does hurt. Yes.
Yeah, but still, to be on this bad of a stretch going into the playoffs, this is,
and it's not going to get any easier because again, Chernyshov's up, but Luca Cagnoni got called up, and he's probably staying for the rest of the year. It's not going to get any easier.
Which does that? Why do you think Cagnoni's getting called up now? And I haven't heard of any injury to the blue line
because
like
that's what you do at the end of the season. You bring up people, and once the season's over, you bring up guys to audition for next year.
Okay, but I was also wondering, like, we've seen Cagnoni up before. Like, is this some sort of a reward for being, you know, a good guy with the CUDA this year or something? This is the first time he's been called up all year, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, well, they had 100 defensemen signed all year, so there was no room for him to come up at any other point.
True that.
That's one of the problems, right? Like there was just no room for him to come up. Now they can bring him up because there's no roster limits or whatever.
Ruben, AJ's going to the last CUDA game. Pray for the CUDA fan in front of me that leans forward. 2-bit foul. TechCU doesn't have that problem.
TechCU is a fucking amazing arena, man.
Yeah.
I love TechCU. Like, yeah, no, like that's the one thing I will say. I mean, SAP Center was nice. Don't get me wrong, but TechCU was such a nice arena. Like, it's just the intimacy of that arena. It's awesome. It's a great, like, if you've never been to TechCU to watch a hockey game, go. It is like one of the best hockey arenas of that size that I think I've ever been in.
Yeah. Ruben wanting to know if I'll be riding my bike to the game. No, it'll probably get stolen in that area. What are you talking about? It'll probably be by you, Ruben.
Oh my god! All right.
Who the Barracuda finishing off against here?
So the Barracuda are playing in Coachella, I believe on Wednesday, because it's in Coachella.
Yep.
They are third in the Pacific. That's going to be a rough game. They finish with a home and home against Bakersfield. So that's interesting because usually you get 2-game series, but this apparently is a home and home according to my Google Calendar.
Very bizarre.
It's weird. So they have a home and home. They play in Bakersfield, and then they finish the season at TechCU according to my Google Calendar. It hasn't let me down yet.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I conflated Ruben with Alex. My bad.
Oh, no.
There's a lot of different comments coming in, and it goes by quickly. So
intimacy is a nice way of saying small. No, but here's the thing, right? Because like it's about the same size as the arena here in the Sioux, which is for junior hockey, right? It is a small arena. It's again, it's for an AHL team. It's like a 4,000 seat arena or whatever. But because the concourse is like, because of where the concourse is, it's not like in the Sioux, the concourse is just on top of the bowl. Whereas in TechCU, it's not connected to the bowl, so like the way it's lit, and just because it feels like a lot more closed in. It's just even though it's like the same size as the arena here, it feels more compact, and it's just a really cool arena to watch a hockey game in.
Excellent. Tyga, AJ is having trouble reading all the comments. It's not that I'm having trouble reading them. It's just that I don't really care that much. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah. Okay, so the schedule for the Sharks this week, not that it matters. Nashville, not the most important game of the season anymore. So there's that.
Well, what's funny, Drew and Brody did their wrap up after the Vancouver game, and Drew called it the most important game of the season, period. So
they can live to fight another day as long as
I mean, continue to hope. I don't know. Like I said earlier, dude, it would be so Sharks to win all 3 games this week and miss the wild card by like 2 points. You know, and then you get the hero that goes, would have given Celebrini the heart if, you know.
At this point, dude. So they play Nashville, they play Chicago, and then they finish the season in Winnipeg. These are all road games. I like how you put here, what a horrible place to finish the season.
Yeah, nobody wants to end in Winnipeg.
What are you going to do? There's no Wi-Fi. I hope they lose all 3. I hate that I'm here again, but like now it's like you got to look to the future, right? Like it's time to look to next season. It's time.
You're hoping that they lose all 3 because might give them. Oh, I thought you were like because maybe it gets them 1 step higher in the draft order.
Yeah. Because what else are we cheering for at this point? They're not making the playoffs.
Yep.
The games don't fucking matter. Like I'm glad that we're talking about 3 games that don't matter. That's a really nice change from previous years.
Yeah, when it was 35 games that didn't matter.
Yeah, so I don't even care. Like, I mean, we'll be here next week because we're contractually obligated to do it. But like, I'm just wake me up when it's the draft, man. Well, at least for Sharks hockey, anyway. I mean, and look at Greyhounds hockey is not going much better right now. The Kitchener Rangers beat the Hounds 8-5 tonight. Ouch. Going into this game, though, I did want to. Going into this game, Christian Kirsch was playing insane these playoffs so far. He had like an under 2 goals against average and 911 save percentage. I'm sure that changed after the 5 goals he let in tonight, but he's been really good this playoffs. Christian Kirsch, Sharks prospect goalie. So there's another little quick prospect hit. I don't know, man. What do you think? Anything else we got to cover here, or can we mercifully end this shit?
I think we're about ready to end it. The one thing that I think Puck guy mentioned, and I don't understand why this is a thing, but it looks like he said that the Sharks shop at the tank is like completely out of jerseys. How the hell does that happen?
Because when one company makes all the jerseys for everyone and it's like now baseball season and other seasons are starting, that's where they're going to shift their production to, and they're not going to make hockey jerseys anymore until it's time to make more hockey jerseys for next season.
Oh, geez. Well, and that's the thing though, is that according to the leaks that we've seen is that they're going to be making yet another hockey jersey for every single team. So good luck with that.
Yeah, I mean, because again, like even online, you look online and it's a pretty barren wasteland too. So
I was going to say, last time I looked at Sharks Pro Shop, I think all they had was breakaway jerseys.
Correct.
When before you could get made in Canada and all the other one, and it's just nothing. It's barren.
And why anyone would buy a fucking breakaway jersey is beyond me.
Well, you know, some girls like they say, oh, they're comfy and blah, blah, you know. Is that what it is? It's because the Strait of Hormuz is closed. That's why jerseys aren't coming in. Am I reading that?
No,
right?
Because the Strait of Hormuz was very open when I was there trying to get a Teal fucking home premium jersey. It was very much open at that point.
Sharks Last asking if the equipment sale is going to have anything that. Oh, they will have stuff because now that they're over the last few years, and I'm not putting this on the Sharks like. A lot of teams have gone this route is that you run it back 10 years. I got, a Brendan Dillon gamer, a black armor with the 25th patch. I got that for $250. And today you can't go to the equipment sale. The cheapest jersey you're going to find is probably going to be $800. So it's, and
there are things in the chat that I cannot put on the screen, but I'll put this on the screen. I use a breakaway jersey for my drop-in hockey games because I don't care what happens. Fair, absolutely fair. I just think for what you're paying for a breakaway jersey, like you should just spend the extra and get a premium, right? Like,
or you just, I mean, don't buy a jersey,
or just don't buy a jersey.
Buy a hoodie, buy something else, whatever. Oh, the $950. Okay, so I don't know if anybody saw this. Dear God, the Sharks Pro Shop website, they've been promoting that they had they were doing an auction for a Celebrini gamer jersey and a helmet. Last it's been a day or two since I've seen it. I don't know if it's still going on, but the last time I looked, the helmet I think was like around $5,500, which, I'm sorry, $5,500 for a helmet. I don't care if Wayne Gretzky wore the fucking thing. Give me a break. I'm amazed at, over the last 10 years, how the prices of sports memorabilia have just skyrocketed. It is insane. But the jersey, evidently, the Celebrini jersey, I think the opening bid started at 10,000. I'm sorry, right then and there, I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. 10,000. Then I go and look a couple days later. I think it was 150,000, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Then I go back like a day or two later. I think it was the next day, and I looked, and now it's up to $950 million. So clearly, somebody was like having a bit of fun. But I don't understand how you can do that, because like there's a contractual obligation when you place a bid. But clearly they were trolling them, and they've removed it. So I don't, maybe they just took the first person that bid on it at 10,000 and said, here you go. We're tired of this nonsense.
God, $950 million. If it's going to be like that for a jersey, I can't wait for the next round of expansion. What are the teams going to cost if you're spending $150 million on a jersey?
Right. Marty said we could do a whole show on memorabilia and collectibles post-COVID. He's right. I mean, the price for this stuff has just like, I'm not buying any of this shit anymore. I've as you can tell, look at my walls. There, it used to be a lot of Shark stuff now, and now it's all music memorabilia that I collected over the years. It's kind of bummed me out. And again, like some of the events, like what happened to the events for the blue collar crowd, bowling with the Sharks, or even like you could do mini golf with the Sharks or something, but it's the wine tasting, and like you can take photos, but we're not going to sign anything, and but it's and like tickets start at $500. Like, where's something for the regular fan? They don't do Fan Fest anymore, which is a bit a big bummer. Because
they have to make up for all the suites that they built SAP Center without.
Yeah, but all of that's going to change relatively soon, because if I know we talked about it last week, but the event where they displayed all the ways that SAP Center is going to be changing, it looks incredible. But you don't think Hasso's paying for all of this out of the goodness of his heart, right? Like, prices are going to go up. That's just the way the world works. So I don't know. It makes it, and I'm seeing this. And again, this is not like to, beat the Sharks with a bat over the head. It's not that. It's everywhere. This is happening. You see, one of the things I thought was so funny was somebody was talking about how Lake Tahoe, there are 4 in Lake Tahoe, right at state line. There are 4 main casino hotels, right? Harrah's, Harvey's, Bally's. I want to say a Hard Rock, but it might have changed. They change like every 5 years, it feels like. But somebody's talking about like on a Sunday, Harrah's was the only one that actually had people, dealers at the tables. The other three casinos, nothing. There's nobody there. And when I walked around, all the last time I was there, when I walked around, all the table minimums were $25 a hand. Mm-hmm. But when it was $5 a hand, place was packed. You know, people don't want to lose $300 in 10 minutes.
No.
You know, but maybe if they lose it over the course of 3 hours, they're like, well, hey, I got 3 hours of entertainment. 15 minutes, people are going to be pissed. They're going to start throwing Molotov cocktails. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And then they complain, where is everybody? And it's, well, you've priced them out.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
Yeah, like
on their phone, and you price them out.
Yeah, congratulations, you priced them out. You can't, you know, or there was just a thing this week. I don't know if you saw that, like YouTube Premium up their thing, and Disney Plus is up their thing, and Netflix is up their subscription and blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then they post an article a couple of weeks later, like, we're noticing a decline in certain streaming. So, you know, like the subscriber grouping has actually started to trend down on some of these. Yeah, you priced them out. So, you know, it's on you. Concert tickets. Don't get me started on concert tickets. Well, you know, I mean,
Ticketmaster is just a fucking scam.
Ticketmaster, but just even like the fees, somebody is still going to have to explain to me why the service fee is a percentage of the price, when it's like the service is exactly the same whether I sit in the nosebleeds or the front row. But if I sit in the front row, the service fee is $500. But if I sit in the lawn, it's $5.
Right.
Like, I don't get that. And we have a venue out here called the Mountain Winery.
Okay.
And it's a great intimate venue, really chill. You go out open air, you know, you get up there on a nice day. Oh my God. I don't know that there's a better place to see a show. They put out their calendar last week, and tickets went on sale on Friday. And my buddy and I, we wanted to go see ZZ Top and Cheap Trick. The section 1, I think for 10th row or something, $300 and something a ticket. And then like the next section behind it. So you're talking, at that point, you're like, I don't know, 40 rows back. And that was like $178. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not paying that.
Right.
You're out of your mind. Not to mention the $40 parking that you have to pay and the $20 drinks. And it's like, nope. I can go to the Shoreline. I'm going to go see 5 bands. I'll just buy lawn tickets, or I'll go see 4 bands, buy lawn tickets. It'll be the same price as that one show. You know? So it's like, congratulations. You price people out. Forget it.
Yep. 100%. All right. Yeah. Let me get us out of here.
Let me get off my soapbox now. It's just, yeah. See, the fee to watch this show is outrageous. By the way, do we have the Venmo? Do you use it, motherfucker?
Do I have that one? Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's the funniest goddamn thing you guys have ever put together.
So we when I was screwing around with this thing, I was just doing some things. Obviously, don't take this seriously. However,
if you'd like to support the show, there's a way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
That is fantastic.
It's pretty great. I'm afraid to see the chat after that. All right.
Oh man.
Let me get us out of here. Actually, let me take that other QR across the screen so we can do that. All right. Well, after all that,
so funny.
If you would like to watch this again, you can find this anywhere. You can find this obviously here on the YouTube channel. You can find everything we do at teals10usa.com. If you are new here, you should probably subscribe, especially if you enjoyed what you saw. If you didn't enjoy what you saw, subscribe anyway. It helps us out. You can hit the like button. Obviously, if you like what we do, it helps us in the algorithm. Also, if you are watching this after the fact and you want to keep the conversation going, hit us up in the comments. We had a ton of comments last week. I responded to a bunch of it. We had some really good conversations last week, so it's always cool to get those after the not live reaction comments into the chat. It also again helps us show up in YouTube's algorithm, which is pretty shitty now. Obviously YouTube's like everything else is kind of pushing shorts more than anything else. So anything you can do to help us stay relevant in the bigger picture, not short stuff, is very helpful. You can also hit the bell to be notified whenever we go live. When do we go live? We go live after every San Jose Sharks game. We go live every Sunday at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern time, and we also go live whenever news breaks. We'll try and fix it. If you are watching this and being like, you know what, this is cool, but I'd rather just listen to it, we're on podcast, man. You can find us anywhere you get podcasts at this point. You know where the places are. I don't have to read through them. That's it, man. Do all those things, help us out. We appreciate it. Again, we appreciate everyone who did the super chats this show. We also do remind you, though, that if you want to support the show, we do prefer Venmo, because Venmo, then Google doesn't take a cut.
Yeah, dude, this is so weird. We're talking about concert tickets and shit.
Yes.
Yeah. So I entered. I'm a subscribe, because you have to subscribe to everything today, right?
Yes,
you can't
yes.
ever just buy something. I'm subscribed to Sirius XM, right?
Okay. Yep.
And they ran some contest. Let's see. Really quickly, let me get into this. So they ran a contest, win tickets to see, and I don't need any shots from the cheap seats. Everybody likes the bands that they like, so it's subjective. I could give a shit about 21 Pilots, but I don't dump on Ruben for liking them. Okay, so everybody likes who they like, and let's just leave it at that. But I entered a contest to win tickets to see Motley Crue. Right, they're coming through at the Shoreline. I've always enjoyed seeing them. They generally put on an entertaining show. I got an email yesterday that says, AJ, thank you for entering the Motley Crue contest. Unfortunately, you were not chosen as a winner. And if you're still interested in attending and would like to purchase tickets, you can click here, blah, blah, blah. So I got that yesterday. It's like, well, sorry, you weren't chosen. Then about an hour before we started this, Dear AJ, you have been chosen to attend Motley Crue. And now, as we've been on, I just got a thing that says you are confirmed. Tickets are coming your way. But I'm like, what the hell happened?
What a roller coaster.
Dude, so bizarre. Yes, I don't have any problem with Tesla.
Right.
Oh, I love you, but no one listens to satellite radio anymore. I'm close to ending that subscription because the channels used to be really good and now it's a lot of the same. But
yeah, my wife cancels it and waits till they give her the bare minimum deal, and then she'll resubscribe.
You know what? That in fact, it's funny you say that. It reminds me. That's what I just did. I went to turn it off.
Yeah.
And, and it's an AI thing where I'm like, yeah, cancel this. And they're like, why do you want to cancel? I'm like, this shit's too expensive. It's not worth it. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, instead of, $25 a month, what if you did it for $7 a month for a year? Right. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I'll do that.
Yep.
And then I immediately put it on my calendar and it's like, okay, cancel Sirius, a year from now.
So my wife does too.
And I think The Athletic was the same thing. It was like, I want to cancel Athletic. And they're like, well, what if we just charged you $1 a month for a year?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, okay, fine. I'm in.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. All right. Again, appreciate everyone being here. Appreciate all the support you guys show us. Continue to show us. We've got one more of these next week. So prepare for some end of season grades and, other fucking shenanigans.
Yeah, and it could the next week, depending on how it goes, could be an hour and a half, of, or ish. Yeah, it could be 4 if we're feeling froggy and hockey jerk is available.
Oh man! All right, guys, thank you again for being here. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.